God says, "Your miracle has just arrived, but this is your final warning. If you ignore this, the blessing may slip away. So listen right now. Do not scroll away from these words, because what I am placing near your life in this very moment is both powerful and delicate. Your miracle has already been released, and if you leave before you understand this warning, you may mishandle what I have just placed before you. I am not speaking in riddles, and I am not delaying what you need to hear. This is urgent, because what you do next will determine whether the blessing remains or quietly slips through your hands. If you believe I am speaking directly to you, type Amen in the comments. Your miracle has just arrived means that what you prayed for has already shifted in the unseen realm and has begun moving toward you in the natural. It means doors are already opening, help is already aligning, and provision is already being arranged in ways you cannot fully see yet. But this is your final warning, because blessing without obedience can be lost, and favor without humility can turn into regret. I do not remove gifts to punish you, but I will not allow what is sacred to be treated carelessly. You must understand that miracles are not trophies to admire, but responsibilities to protect. The reason you must listen right now is because the enemy will try to make you careless at the very moment you should be most attentive. Distraction will come disguised as opportunity, and pride will whisper that you created this by yourself. I am telling you clearly that the miracle arrived because of my mercy and my timing, not because of your strength alone. If you forget that, the blessing can begin to dry up slowly until you wonder where it went. In the next few moments, I will show you what must change so the miracle stays rooted in your life. Before I go further, pause and press the like button on this video as a sign that you receive what I am about to release into your life. That simple act is not about numbers. It is about agreement. And agreement opens the way for alignment. When you agree with what I speak, your heart opens and resistance becomes weaker. I am not asking for performance, but for participation in what I am building around you. Your willingness matters more than you realize. The miracle that has arrived may not look dramatic at first. It may appear as a small opportunity, a restored conversation, an unexpected peace, or a door that opens just enough for you to step through. Do not despise the size of what I have placed in your hands. I often begin with something that appears ordinary, so your faith can recognize the extraordinary hidden inside it. If you overlook it because it does not match your expectations, you may miss the treasure contained within it. My warning is simple and clear. Guard your heart, guard your tongue, and guard your obedience. The moment you begin speaking doubt over what I have done, you create cracks in the foundation of your blessing. The moment you return to habits I already delivered you from, you weaken the protection surrounding your miracle. This is not about fear. It is about awareness, because I want you to keep what I have given you. You have asked me for breakthrough, and breakthrough requires responsibility. If I elevate you, but you refuse to grow, the elevation will become pressure instead of promise. I am shaping your character to match the level of favor that is touching your life. The warning is not to scare you, but to prepare you, because preparation keeps the door open. I would not speak this strongly unless the blessing was real and already moving. There are people around you who will not understand what is happening in your life. Some will question it, some will doubt it, and some may secretly hope it fails. You must not allow their voices to become louder than mine. Protect what I have started by staying close to me in prayer and quiet reflection. The miracle will thrive where my presence is welcomed daily. I need you to hear this with clarity. Gratitude will keep the blessing alive. Complacency will slowly choke it. When you wake up each morning and acknowledge that I am the source, you create space for the miracle to grow. When you act as if it was automatic or owed to you, you push away the very grace that delivered it. The final warning also means this is a turning point. You have reached a moment where your choices carry more weight than before. What you entertain in your thoughts will shape the outcome of what I just placed in your life. Choose humility over pride, discipline over impulse, and faith over fear. If you trust what I am saying and commit to walking carefully, type 1,111 inches. The comments, I am not threatening you with loss. I am inviting you into maturity. The blessing is secure when your heart is aligned. I am teaching you that miracles are sustained by obedience and strengthened by trust. Stay close to me. Listen carefully, and do not treat lightly what I have carefully prepared for you. What I have just released into your life will grow only if you treat it as sacred. You prayed for change, and now change is here. But you must not handle it with the same mindset you had before. I am calling you to rise to the level of what I have given you. If you stay the same while your blessing increases, tension will form between who you are and where I am taking you. That tension can either shape you into strength or pull you back into comfort. You must understand that miracles are not accidents. I measured the timing, the place, and even the people involved before allowing it to touch your hands. I saw every tear you cried in private, and I heard every whisper of hope that you thought went unnoticed. I answered because I love you, not because you earned it. That is why I am warning you now. Because love protects what it gives. Is it possible to attract money by simply speaking some miraculous words? This 9-word script, verified by Harvard and 6 neuroscience labs, proves you absolutely can. People are using it from their couch and reporting unexpected bank deposits, cleared debts, and upgraded lives. It takes less than 30 seconds. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. The enemy will not attack you with obvious threats. The real danger will come through subtle shifts in your attitude. You may begin to feel independent in a way that slowly disconnects you from my guidance. You may start to think that because the breakthrough came, you no longer need to seek me as intensely as before. That is the moment when the blessing begins to weaken, not because I withdrew, but because you stepped away. Stay rooted in humility. When you speak about what is happening in your life, let your words reflect gratitude instead of self-praise. When others congratulate you, quietly remember who opened the door. If you feel pride trying to rise in your chest, surrender it immediately. I do not bless you to inflate you, but to position you. There will also be a test of patience. Even though the miracle has arrived, its full form may not appear overnight. You may see the seed before you see the harvest. Do not rush what I am still shaping. Growth takes consistency, and consistency requires trust. I need you to protect your environment. Not everyone should have access to what I am building around you. Some people will drain what they cannot celebrate. Others will try to speak doubt into what I have declared. You must learn to limit exposure without hardening your heart. Wisdom is not rejection. It is protection. If this warning is settling deeply in your spirit, and you know you must guard what I have given you, type 777 inches in the comments. That declaration is not for others. It is for your own alignment. Every time you affirm your trust, you strengthen your focus. Focus will be essential in the days ahead. The blessing will require discipline Old habits that once seemed harmless will now carry greater consequences. I am not tightening the boundaries to restrict you, but to preserve what is valuable. What was once a small distraction can now become a large threat. You are not in the same season anymore, so you cannot afford the same compromises. There is also a call to forgive quickly. Bitterness will block the flow of what I am sending. If you hold on to resentment, it will quietly poison the ground where your miracle is trying to grow. Release those who hurt you. Even if they never apologize, I will handle justice in my time. But you must keep your heart clean. Remember that I chose you before this blessing arrived. Your identity is not tied to the miracle. If circumstances shift, I remain constant. Do not let success redefine who you are. You are my child first, and everything else is secondary. You may feel moments of fear, especially when you realize how significant this opportunity is. That fear does not mean you are unworthy. It means you understand the weight of what is happening. Bring that fear to me instead of hiding it. I will replace it with courage. I am also calling you to generosity as I increase you. Do not close your hands, even if what you have seems small. Share from a willing heart. Generosity keeps your spirit open and reminds you that I am the true source. When you give with gratitude, you create space for even more to flow. Do not compare your miracle to someone else's journey. Comparison will steal joy and distort perspective. I am writing a story for you that does not need to look like anyone else's. Trust my design. Even when it unfolds differently than you imagined, your path is intentional. If you feel my presence guiding you, and you commit to walking carefully in this new season, type 1,212 inches, the comments. Let that be your quiet agreement with me. Agreement strengthens obedience. Obedience sustains blessing. I also want you to pay attention to your thoughts. What you think repeatedly will influence how you handle what I have given you. If you rehearse doubt, you will act cautiously in ways that sabotage growth. If you rehearse faith, you will step forward with confidence. Guard your mind as carefully as you guard your actions. There may be moments when progress feels slow. Do not assume that slow means stagnant. I am often building foundations beneath the surface while you wait. Foundations determine longevity. I am more interested in lasting impact than quick excitement. I have not brought you this far to withdraw my hand suddenly. The warning is not about my instability, but about your responsibility. You asked for elevation, and elevation requires awareness. I am preparing you to handle increase without losing balance. That preparation is proof of my commitment to you. Stay close to me in quiet moments. Turn down noise that clouds your clarity. Listen for my direction in simple daily decisions. The miracle will flourish where my guidance is honored consistently. You are not alone in this transition. I am walking beside you as you learn to manage what I have placed in your care. I see your effort, your fear, and your hope all at once. I am not expecting perfection, but I am expecting sincerity. Hold tightly to gratitude, humility, discipline, and trust. These 4 pillars will stabilize what I have given you. If you remain anchored in them, the blessing will not only stay, it will multiply. I'm giving you this final warning because your miracle matters too much to risk losing through carelessness. What if everything you've been taught about money is a lie? A hidden 9-word prayer buried in a classified FBI report is now helping thousands attract wealth without lifting a finger. Scientists say it activates a 150-million-year-old part of your brain that controls abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing, but the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You have stepped into a higher level of favor, and higher levels require deeper roots. If your roots remain shallow, strong winds will shake you more than they should. I am strengthening your character so that your blessing can stand firm even when circumstances fluctuate. Do not resist correction when it comes. Correction is not rejection. It is protection. There will be moments when you feel stretched beyond comfort. That stretching is not a sign that I am displeased with you. It is a sign that I am expanding your capacity. The miracle will demand more faith, more patience, and more consistency than before. I am preparing you to handle it without losing your peace. Be careful with your words in this season. What you declare over your life will either align with my promise or fight against it. Speak life over what I have given you, even when you do not see immediate results. Doubt spoken repeatedly can weaken your own confidence. Faith spoken consistently will reinforce the foundation I have laid. If you feel the weight of this responsibility and you choose to honor it, type 555 inches. The comments. That simple act is your declaration that you are not taking this lightly. You are agreeing to walk carefully with what I have placed in your hands. Agreement strengthens your resolve. You must also guard your time. Time wasted in distraction will delay the fullness of what I am unfolding. The blessing has arrived, but its expansion depends on your stewardship. When you prioritize what matters, you accelerate growth. When you delay obedience, you slow momentum. There are habits that once seemed small that can now have larger consequences. This is not because I am stricter, but because the stakes are higher. When you ask for more is entrusted to you. Greater responsibility requires greater awareness. I am not trying to burden you. I am teaching you to mature. Your relationships will also shift. Some connections will strengthen because they align with where you are going. Others will fade because they were tied to who you used to be. Do not chase those who cannot grow with you. Let me remove what no longer fits the future I am preparing. You may notice increased opposition as your blessing becomes visible. That opposition is not proof that you are failing. It is proof that your progress is real. Stand firm when resistance appears. I am with you in every confrontation, even the quiet ones inside your own thoughts. Protect your peace fiercely. Do not allow unnecessary conflict to steal your focus. The miracle grows best in an atmosphere of clarity and calm. When chaos tries to enter, return to me. My presence restores perspective. Remember that humility will keep doors open. Pride will slowly close them. If you begin believing that you no longer need guidance, you will drift away from alignment. Stay teachable. Stay grounded. There will be times when you feel tempted to celebrate too early. Celebration is good, but complacency is dangerous. Continue seeking me even after progress becomes visible. The blessing is sustained through daily connection, not occasional gratitude. I also want you to release the fear of losing what I have given. Fear can make you cling too tightly and act defensively. Trust that what I have given you is secure as long as you remain obedient. Obedience is your safeguard. Trust is your anchor. If you are determined to remain faithful and not let fear control your decisions, type 999 inches. The comments. Let that become your quiet promise to me. A promise spoken with sincerity carries power within your spirit. The miracle that has arrived is connected to a greater purpose than you realize. It is not only about your comfort, but about impact. As you grow, others will see what I can do in a surrendered life. Your obedience will inspire faith in someone who is watching quietly. Do not shrink back when responsibility increases. I chose you because I see strength in you that you sometimes overlook, even when you doubt yourself. I do not doubt you. I have equipped you with what you need to carry this blessing well. There will be moments when you feel tired. When that happens, rest in me instead of pulling away from me. Fatigue can tempt you to neglect what matters most. Draw strength from my presence, and I will renew your focus. Stay attentive to small instructions. Often, the smallest adjustments protect the greatest outcomes. If you ignore subtle guidance, small cracks can form in your foundation. Listen closely when I nudge you. I speak through peace, conviction, and quiet clarity. This final warning continues because the miracle continues to unfold. I am not finished shaping this season. You are stepping into something lasting, not temporary. Lasting blessings require steady hearts. Keep your gratitude fresh. Each day is an opportunity to acknowledge my hand in your progress. Gratitude keeps pride from settling in. It keeps your spirit aligned. You are not walking alone in this. I am present in every decision, every adjustment, and every quiet moment of reflection. The miracle remains secure as long as you remain surrendered. Stay watchful, stay humble, and stay close to me. What I have begun in your life will flourish because you are choosing to honor it carefully. Why are neuroscientists obsessed with a 9-word sentence? Because this sentence, spoken once a day, is turning financial stress into sudden blessings. More than 19,000 people have already used it to erase debt and unlock a life of wealth, freedom, and peace. The results are so powerful that some believe they are divine. If you are seeing this, you are lucky. The page could disappear at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to learn this secret before it is deleted forever. You once prayed for this level of favor with tears in your eyes and hope in your voice. Now that it is here, you must not become casual with it. Familiarity can weaken reverence. What you once treated as sacred can slowly begin to feel ordinary if you are not careful. I need you to remember how deeply you desired this breakthrough. Do not allow comfort to replace dependence on me. Comfort can make you forget the nights when you had nothing but faith. I sustained you then, and I am sustaining you now. The difference is that now you have something tangible in your hands. Tangible blessings require spiritual discipline. There will be invitations that seem harmless, but carry subtle compromise. Not every open door is from me. Some doors will test your discernment. Just because you can step through something does not mean you should. I am asking you to slow down before major decisions. Seek me in quiet reflection before committing your time or energy. Rushed choices can entangle what I carefully untangled for you. Patience will preserve what haste could damage. If you are choosing to slow down and listen carefully instead of reacting quickly, type 15 inches. The comments. That declaration is your reminder to move with intention. Intention guards what impulse can harm. Your miracle is connected to obedience in unseen areas. Integrity in private moments will determine stability in public outcomes. I see what others do not. When you honor me where no one is watching, you strengthen the foundation beneath your blessing. Hidden faithfulness produces visible favor. There may be moments when you question whether you can maintain this level of growth. That insecurity is normal, but do not let it control you. I did not bring you here without equipping you. What feels overwhelming is often just unfamiliar. You are adjusting to a new normal. Keep your gratitude active, not passive. Speak it out loud in your quiet spaces. Reflect on how far you have come. Gratitude softens your heart and keeps pride from building walls inside you. Some people will try to re-enter your life because they sense your elevation. Discern carefully before allowing access. Not everyone who returns is meant to stay. Protect your peace without becoming cold. There will also be moments when progress feels slower than expected. Do not confuse steady growth with stagnation. I am refining details you cannot yet see. Precision takes time. What lasts is built carefully. I am also strengthening your resilience. The blessing does not remove all challenges. It changes how you face them. With my presence guiding you, obstacles become lessons instead of defeats. You must remain teachable even now. Even after receiving what you prayed for, there is more to learn. A closed mind can limit an open door. Stay curious about my guidance. Stay receptive to correction. If you are willing to remain teachable and humble, no matter how much I increase you, type 1,717 inches. The comments. That is your quiet agreement to keep growing. Growth keeps the miracle alive. There will be times when silence is your greatest protection. You do not need to announce every detail of what I am doing. Some blessings thrive in privacy. Oversharing can expose what is still developing. Remember that I am the source, not the outcome. Do not become so focused on maintaining the miracle that you forget to nurture your relationship with me. The relationship is the root. The blessing is the fruit. If pressure increases, do not interpret it as abandonment. Pressure often means expansion. Expansion stretches your capacity. Capacity prepares you for multiplication. Continue walking in integrity even when shortcuts appear attractive. Shortcuts may seem faster, but they often lead away from alignment. Alignment ensures longevity. Longevity matters more than speed. There may be moments when you feel tempted to relax your standards because you feel secure. Security is not a license for carelessness. Stay alert without becoming anxious. Awareness is different from fear. You are stepping into a season that requires emotional maturity. Reacting out of impulse can damage what patience would protect. Take time to breathe before responding in difficult situations. Calm responses guard your peace. I am also refining your motives. Examine why you pursue certain opportunities. If your motive shifts from purpose to pride, pause immediately. Realign your heart before moving forward. The miracle will remain as long as your heart remains aligned. I am not eager to remove anything from you. I delight in blessing you. My warning exists because I value what I have given. Each day in this new season is an opportunity to deepen trust. Trust me when progress is visible. Trust me when it feels hidden. Consistent trust builds unwavering stability. Stay anchored in prayer. Not because you are desperate, but because you are grateful. Gratitude-driven prayer sustains connection. Connection sustains blessing. You are not being watched with suspicion, but with love. I am guiding you with intention. This miracle is not temporary unless you neglect it. Remain attentive, remain humble, and remain grateful. I have placed something precious in your life. Protect it with wisdom. Nurture it with discipline. Celebrate it with humility. As long as you walk closely with me, the blessing will not be taken back because your obedience will keep it secure. You are now standing in a space you once only imagined, and the weight of it feels different than you expected. The miracle has settled into your reality, and now your daily choices are shaping its future. I am not distant from you in this moment. I am watching closely, not with suspicion, but with care. I am invested in how you handle what I have placed in your life. This is where many people become distracted. After the initial excitement fades, discipline must take its place. Excitement is powerful, but it is temporary. Discipline is what sustains, what excitement began. If you allow yourself to drift now, the drift will be subtle at first, but it will slowly create distance between you and the favor that surrounds you. This banned wealth signal was hidden in a government vault for It's a simple 9-word brain trigger used by elites to attract unlimited money while the rest of the world struggles. But the moment too many people see this, it could be deleted. Click the link in the description and comments before it's taken down forever. I need you to pay attention to your reactions. When things do not move as quickly as you hoped, frustration may try to rise. Do not let frustration become complaint. Complaint weakens your awareness of what I am still doing behind the scenes. Even when progress seems slow, I am still aligning pieces in your favor. There will also be moments when you are tempted to prove yourself. You may feel the urge to show others that you deserve what has happened. You do not need to prove anything. I validated you when I released this miracle. Proving yourself out of insecurity can push you into unnecessary pressure. Your peace is a sign that you are aligned. If your peace begins to fade, pause and examine what shifted. Often, it is not the external situation, but an internal attitude that needs correction. I speak clearly through peace and through conviction. Learn to recognize both. If you feel me prompting you to slow down and realign your heart in this season, type 1,919 inches the comments. That is your personal declaration that you are choosing alignment over impulse. Alignment will protect what ambition alone cannot. Guard your habits carefully. Small compromises, repeated daily, can undo what took years of prayer to receive. You may think certain actions are harmless, but patterns form quickly. When patterns drift away from discipline, the blessing begins to lose strength. Stay consistent, even when no one is watching. I am also refining your focus. Not everything that demands your attention deserves your attention. Distractions will try to consume your time and energy. If you spread yourself too thin, you will weaken your ability to steward what I entrusted to you. Focus multiplies impact. Do not confuse activity with progress. Being busy is not the same as being effective. Effectiveness requires intention and clarity. Ask yourself whether your actions are aligned with the purpose behind your miracle. If they are not, adjust quickly. You may also experience increased responsibility from others. When people see growth in you, they expect more from you. Do not allow their expectations to replace my direction. Serve with humility, but do not abandon wisdom. You are called to lead with balance. There will be moments when doubt whispers quietly in your mind. It may tell you that this blessing is too good to last. That whisper is not from me. I do not give with hesitation. I give with purpose. Silence doubt by remembering my faithfulness in your past. Gratitude must remain active. Do not wait for dramatic reminders to say thank you. Speak appreciation daily. Appreciation keeps your heart soft and receptive. A soft heart sustains connection. If you are determined to remain grateful and disciplined, no matter how comfortable this season becomes, type 222 inches, just the comments. That simple act is your agreement to stay intentional. Intention keeps growth steady. I am also shaping your emotional strength. When criticism comes, respond with maturity instead of defensiveness. Criticism will either refine you or distract you. Choose refinement. You do not need approval from everyone to maintain what I have given you. Be careful with comparison in this stage. When you compare, you distort perspective. You may either feel superior or inferior, and both attitudes create imbalance. I designed your path uniquely. Stay focused on your assignment. Remember that obedience is not a one-time decision. It is a daily posture. Each morning you wake up with the opportunity to choose alignment again. Do not assume that yesterday's faithfulness automatically secures tomorrow's stability. Continue choosing wisely. You are capable of carrying this blessing because I strengthened you before it arrived. The preparation you went through was not wasted. The struggles you endured built endurance. Now, endurance will help you sustain what joy has introduced. When fear tries to creep in about losing what you gained, bring that fear directly to me. Fear thrives in secrecy. When you expose it in prayer, it loses power. I replace fear with clarity. Stay grounded in truth. When you feel overwhelmed by responsibility, remember that I am still the source. You are a steward, not the origin. Stewardship requires care, but it does not require control. Release control to me and keep responsibility in your hands. This season is not fragile because I am weak. It is sensitive because it is valuable. Valuable things require attention. Attention shows appreciation. Appreciation invites increase. I am not waiting for you to fail. I am guiding you to succeed. The warning continues because the miracle continues to expand. Expansion requires awareness. Remain close to me in quiet reflection. Let your decisions flow from conviction, not pressure. Let your actions reflect gratitude, not pride. As long as you walk with humility and discipline, the blessing will not be taken back. You are beginning to see the weight of what I have placed in your life. And that weight is not meant to crush you. It is meant to strengthen you. The miracle did not arrive to make you anxious, but to elevate your awareness. Awareness keeps you steady when circumstances shift. If you remain mindful, the blessing will remain secure. I am calling you to consistency now more than ever. Consistency in prayer, consistency in gratitude, and consistency in discipline. What you repeat daily will determine the direction of your future. Do not rely on occasional bursts of passion. Build steady habits that support the level of favor you are walking in. The warning I gave you at the beginning was dramatic language. It was protective truth. Blessings are sustained through alignment, not assumption. If you assume that what I gave you cannot be affected by your choices, you misunderstand stewardship. Stewardship requires care. There will be opportunities to cut corners. They will seem efficient and harmless. But shortcuts often weaken the structure I carefully built. You must choose integrity even when compromise seems easier. Integrity preserves what impulse can destroy. Watch how you respond when you experience minor setbacks. Minor setbacks are not signs that the miracle is fading. They are opportunities to demonstrate trust. If you panic at every delay, you create unnecessary fear. Trust keeps you steady. Can just saying 9 words daily actually make money flow into your life? A top neuroscientist says yes, and the FBI accidentally confirmed it. This forgotten prayer is now transforming ordinary people into debt-free and financially free for life. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the link in description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. You may also feel moments of isolation. Growth sometimes separates you from familiar spaces. Do not interpret that separation as abandonment. I am positioning you where your potential can thrive. Isolation can become preparation if you let it refine you instead of discourage you. If you feel me strengthening your resolve to stay disciplined and faithful in this season, type 1010 inches the comments. That declaration is your commitment to remain steady. Steadiness is what keeps expansion sustainable. Guard your reactions when people misunderstand you. As your blessing becomes visible, not everyone will celebrate it. Some will question your motives. Others will project their insecurity onto you. Respond with calm instead of defensiveness. I am also teaching you restraint. Not every thought needs to be spoken. Not every opinion needs to be expressed. Restraint protects relationships and preserves peace. Peace creates room for growth. Remember that you asked for elevation. Elevation brings visibility. Visibility brings scrutiny. Scrutiny tests your humility. Remain humble, and scrutiny will refine you instead of shaking you. Your miracle is tied to purpose. It is not random. I am aligning you with opportunities that will impact more than just your own comfort. When you remember that your blessing serves a greater good, your focus becomes clearer. Purpose strengthens commitment. Stay attentive to subtle warnings in your spirit. When something feels misaligned, pause. I guide you through conviction and through clarity. Do not ignore those signals. Ignoring small warnings can lead to larger consequences. There will be moments when you feel tempted to relax your effort because you feel secure. Security should inspire gratitude, not laziness. Continue nurturing what I have planted. Nurtured blessings multiply. If you are choosing diligence over complacency, type 333 inches the comments. That simple act is your affirmation that you will not grow careless. Carefulness is not fear, it is wisdom. You must also guard against overconfidence. Confidence rooted in me is healthy. Overconfidence rooted in self is unstable. Always remember who opened the door. That remembrance keeps you grounded. I am shaping your emotional endurance. When pressure rises, do not withdraw. Stand firm in faith. Pressure often precedes expansion. Expansion requires resilience. Do not allow comparison to steal your focus. Others may seem to move faster or gain more attention. Your path is unique. I am guiding you according to a design that fits your calling. Continue to seek my presence daily, not because you fear losing the miracle, but because you value the relationship that produced it. Relationship sustains blessing. Distance weakens it. You may feel moments of fatigue as responsibility increases. Rest in me without abandoning discipline. Rest restores strength. Neglect weakens progress. The miracle remains secure when your heart remains surrendered. Surrender is not weakness. It is strength under my direction. When you surrender, you release control but keep commitment. I am also teaching you balance. Balance between ambition and humility. Balance between action and reflection. When balance is maintained, growth is steady. There will be subtle temptations to drift back into old thinking patterns. Old thinking cannot sustain new blessing. Renew your mind daily. Speak truth over yourself. This season is sacred. Treat it with reverence. What feels ordinary now was once your deepest prayer. Do not forget that I am not waiting to take anything from you. I am guiding you to keep everything I have given. The warning continues, because your future matters deeply to me. Remain attentive, remain humble, and remain disciplined. What I have begun in your life is stable as long as you remain aligned. Alignment keeps the blessing rooted. Rooted blessings endure. Endurance leads to multiplication. Stay close to me. Let your decisions reflect gratitude. Let your words reflect humility. Let your actions reflect faithfulness. As long as you walk in alignment, the miracle that arrived will not be taken back, but will grow beyond what you imagined possible. You are stepping deeper into the reality of what I released. And now you can feel that this season carries weight and responsibility. The miracle was not a random gift dropped into your life without intention. It was carefully timed, carefully measured, and carefully aligned with the growth I have been developing in you. I am reminding you again that it can remain and flourish. but only if you continue walking in awareness. Carelessness is the only real threat here. Do not allow routine to make you forget the wonder of what happened. When something becomes familiar, you may stop treating it with gratitude. That is how blessings slowly lose their glow in your eyes. Keep your heart tender toward what I have done. Tender hearts protect miracles. You will face subtle tests in ordinary days. Not dramatic crises. It will be small decisions that reveal whether you value what I gave you. When you choose patience over irritation, you strengthen the foundation. When you choose humility over pride, you reinforce the structure. The daily choices are shaping the longevity of your blessing. I want you to examine your motivations regularly. Ask yourself why you are pursuing certain goals connected to this miracle. If your desire shifts from purpose toward applause, pause and realign. Applause fades quickly, but purpose endures. Stay anchored in purpose. If you are choosing purpose over pride in this season, type 444 inches. The comments. That simple declaration is your agreement to remain grounded. Grounded hearts do not lose what heaven has entrusted to them. You may notice that some old habits feel more tempting now that you feel secure. Security can create false confidence. Do not return to what I already delivered you from. Going back to old patterns weakens new foundations. Growth requires leaving certain behaviors behind permanently. Why are 55 countries using the same mysterious money script? Because a leaked research file has exposed a 9-word pattern said to activate wealth-attracting pathways in the brain. Repeat it daily and watch money flow like water into your life. But the government could remove this secret at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it is deleted forever. Guard your emotions carefully. Emotional reactions can undo weeks of steady progress. When frustration rises, take a breath before speaking. Words spoken too quickly can create cracks in relationships that support your blessing. Choose calm responses. I am also refining your discipline in private places. The way you manage your time when no one is watching matters deeply. Hidden laziness can slowly weaken visible progress. Hidden diligence will quietly strengthen everything around you. There will be moments when you feel stretched beyond comfort again. Do not mistake stretching for instability. Stretching expands capacity. Capacity prepares you for greater influence and greater impact. Stay mindful of your environment. If negativity surrounds you consistently, it can slowly influence your thinking. Protect your mindset. Surround yourself with voices that strengthen faith and integrity. If you feel the need to guard your mindset more carefully now than ever before, type 666 inches the comments. That declaration is your reminder to protect your peace. Peace sustains clarity. I am also teaching you to recognize when to speak and when to remain silent. Not every battle requires your response. Some conflicts fade when you refuse to feed them. Wisdom in silence preserves strength. Remember that the miracle is not the destination. It is part of a larger journey. If you cling to this stage too tightly, you may resist future growth. Remain open to the next instruction I give you. Obedience today prepares you for tomorrow. There may be moments when fear of loss tries to control your behavior. Fear can make you defensive and guarded. Choose trust instead. Trust allows you to steward without anxiety. Anxiety clouds judgment. Continue practicing gratitude intentionally. Speak it out loud when you wake up. Reflect on it before you sleep. Gratitude is not a one-time reaction. It is a daily discipline. I am not distant from you in this process. I am walking with you as you navigate this responsibility. When you feel unsure, come to me quietly. I will give you clarity and stillness. Do not allow comparison to shift your focus. When you compare your progress to someone else's, you lose sight of your assignment. Your assignment is unique. Stay focused on it. The miracle remains because I remain faithful, but your obedience determines how fully you experience its potential. Obedience unlocks expansion. Disobedience restricts it. You must also guard against overextending yourself. Saying yes to everything can drain your energy. Learn to say no with wisdom. Protect your time so you can nurture what matters most. There will be subtle moments of testing where no one else sees your choice. Those moments are significant. They build character. Character sustains blessing. I am not asking you to live in fear of making mistakes. I am asking you to live with awareness of your responsibility. Awareness leads to wisdom. Wisdom protects what grace has given. Stay consistent in seeking me, not from panic, but from love. Love sustains connection. Connection sustains favor. When pressure increases, do not withdraw. Lean in. Pressure is often a sign that growth is happening beneath the surface. Trust that I am strengthening you. If you remain attentive, humble, and disciplined, the miracle will not be taken back. It will grow deeper roots. It will expand beyond what you imagined. This season is not fragile because it is weak. It is precious because it is purposeful. Treat it as precious. Guard it with care. I am proud of the growth I see in you. I see your effort. I see your intention. Continue choosing wisely. The final warning still stands, not as a threat, but as loving guidance. What you have received is real. Protect it with gratitude. Nurture it with obedience. Strengthen it with humility. As long as you remain aligned with me, what I have placed in your life will remain secure. Stay close. Stay attentive. And stay faithful. The miracle has arrived. And with careful stewardship, it will remain and multiply beyond measure. The warning I gave you was not for a single moment. It was for the entire duration of this blessing. Every level of growth introduces his new responsibilities. You cannot manage today with yesterday's discipline. As increase continues, your awareness must increase with it. Be careful not to drift into autopilot. Autopilot leads to small, careless decisions. Careless decisions, repeated over time, create cracks that are difficult to repair. Stay intentional in the way you speak, act, and respond. Intention keeps your foundation solid. You may begin to notice subtle pride, trying to settle in quietly. Pride rarely announces itself loudly. It grows in silent thoughts that suggest you have mastered this on your own. Immediately reject that thought. I am the source of what you are experiencing. If you are choosing to remain humble, no matter how much stability you see around you, type 888 inches, the comments. Let that be your reminder that humility protects elevation. Elevation without humility cannot last. There will be days when everything flows smoothly. On those days, do not reduce your prayer or your gratitude. Smooth seasons can create spiritual laziness. Stay connected even when nothing feels urgent. Urgency is not the only reason to seek me. There will also be days when unexpected pressure returns. Do not panic and assume the miracle is fading. Pressure is not removal. Pressure is refinement. Refinement strengthens the blessing rather than weakens it. Guard your conversations carefully. Not every person needs access to your plans or your progress. Oversharing can invite unnecessary opinions and distractions. Protect what is still developing. Development requires privacy. You must also watch your internal dialogue. If you begin to doubt your ability to sustain this growth, remind yourself who equipped you. Self-doubt can slowly sabotage momentum. Confidence rooted in me creates stability. Stay disciplined with your time. The miracle requires maintenance. Maintenance is not glamorous, but it is essential. When you neglect small responsibilities, larger opportunities begin to weaken. If you feel the need to recommit to discipline in this season, type 1,414 inches. The comments. That declaration is your personal reset. Resets prevent drift. What secret did the FBI hide about your brain and money? They discovered a phrase just 9 words long that flips a switch in your mind to attract wealth without effort. It's already changed the lives of thousands of people in just weeks. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. Do not allow comparison to sneak back into your thinking. When you compare, you shift focus away from your assignment. Your path is not identical to anyone else's. Stay in your lane and move at the pace I set for you. There will be moments when you feel tempted to relax your boundaries. Boundaries protect what I entrusted to you. Relaxed boundaries create vulnerability. Stay firm in the standards you have set. I am also watching how you treat others as you grow. Growth should make you more compassionate, not more distant. When you remain kind, you reflect my character. Character sustains blessing. Be mindful of fatigue. When you are tired, you are more vulnerable to poor decisions. Rest wisely. Rest does not mean neglect. It means restoration. Remember that this miracle was connected to purpose from the beginning. If you forget the purpose, you will mismanage the privilege. Purpose gives direction. Direction keeps momentum steady. There may be subtle temptations to seek validation from people instead of from me. Validation from others is temporary. My affirmation is lasting. Stay rooted in my approval. If anxiety tries to whisper that you might lose what you gained, silence it with trust. Fear will push you toward control. Trust allows you to steward without panic. I am not waiting for a reason to take anything back. I am guiding you, so you never create one. My warning was love, not threat. Love instructs to protect. Continue refining your habits daily. Improvement does not stop because you reached a milestone. Milestones mark progress, not completion. There is always another level of growth. Watch how you respond to success. Success can either humble you or inflate you. Choose humility every time. Humility keeps the door open for more. You may feel moments of isolation again as your responsibilities grow. Do not confuse isolation with abandonment. Sometimes I reduce noise so you can hear me clearly. Stay teachable, even now. Even with visible progress, remain open to correction. Correction is guidance. Guidance ensures stability. I am strengthening your character quietly behind the scenes. What you cannot see is as important as what you can. Invisible growth supports visible results. Keep gratitude alive in simple ways. Thank me for small victories, not only large breakthroughs. Small acknowledgements. Keep your heart aware. The miracle remains secure as long as you remain aligned. Alignment is daily. It is not a one-time choice. Choose alignment every morning. You are capable of carrying this blessing because I prepared you. The preparation was not accidental. It was intentional and necessary. As you continue forward, remember that growth without gratitude leads to loss. Growth with gratitude leads to multiplication. Stay grounded. The excitement that once surrounded this breakthrough is now settling into responsibility. Responsibility is where many people begin to grow tired. They enjoy arrival, but they neglect maintenance. I am teaching you that maintenance is where true maturity is formed. Maturity is what keeps blessings stable. There will be subtle changes in your attitude that you must recognize quickly. When gratitude begins to feel automatic instead of heartfelt, pause and recalibrate. When discipline starts feeling optional instead of necessary, realign immediately. These small internal shifts determine long-term outcomes. Nothing dramatic has to happen for decline to begin. Guard your consistency through prayer and reflection, not because you are afraid of losing what you have, but because you value the relationship that sustained you. Relationship is the root system beneath your blessing. If the root weakens, the visible growth will eventually be affected. Stay rooted. If you feel the need to deepen your daily commitment and avoid drifting into spiritual laziness, type 2,121 inches the comments. Let that become your declaration of renewed focus. Renewed focus strengthens foundations. You must also be careful not to overestimate your own strength. There will be days when you feel confident and capable. Confidence is healthy when it is anchored in me. It becomes dangerous when it shifts towards self-reliance. Always remember who positioned you here. The miracle may begin expanding in ways you did not expect. Expansion can create pressure if you are not prepared. When new responsibilities arise, do not respond with frustration. See them as signs of growth. Growth is evidence that the blessing is alive. Watch how you manage success in quiet moments. When no one applauds you, remain faithful. When no one notices your effort, remain disciplined. Integrity is revealed in unseen places. Unseen integrity sustains visible favor. There may also be subtle invitations to compromise your standards. They may come disguised as convenience or efficiency. Compromise rarely feels dramatic at first. It often feels small and reasonable. Reject it quickly. I am also strengthening your patience. Not every part of this miracle will unfold instantly. Some aspects will still require waiting even after arrival. Waiting does not mean withdrawal. It means preparation for the next level. If you sense that patience is being tested and you are choosing to remain steady instead of reactive, type 1,818 inches, the comments. That is your agreement to trust the process. Trust protects momentum. Be mindful of your emotional balance. Emotional extremes can destabilize wise decisions. Stay grounded when things go well. Stay calm when challenges appear. Stability in emotion supports stability in outcome. Do not let distractions steal your attention from what truly matters. As your blessing grows, more demands may compete for your time. Not every demand deserves your energy. Prioritize wisely. You must also guard against subtle entitlement. When blessings continue, you may begin expecting them as automatic. Nothing I give you is automatic. It is intentional and relational. Keep your heart grateful, not entitled. Remember that the miracle is part of a larger calling. If you reduce it to personal comfort, you will mismanage its purpose. Purpose expands your perspective. Perspective keeps you humble. A neuroscientist says yes. A 9-word script, long buried in government files, can activate a prehistoric brainwave that pulls money in faster. This breakthrough is already under legal pressure and could disappear at any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it is deleted forever. There will be days when you feel stretched thin. On those days, do not abandon discipline. Simplify instead of quitting. Adjust instead of neglecting. Flexibility can protect consistency. I am also watching how you treat people who cannot offer you anything in return. Growth should increase compassion, not diminish it. When you remain kind, you protect your own heart. Hardness blocks blessing. If pride tries to rise because you see visible progress, silence it quickly. Pride isolates you from guidance. Humility keeps you teachable. Teachability invites increase. Stay careful with your thoughts. Thoughts repeated become beliefs. Beliefs influence actions. Actions shape outcomes. God, the starting point. The warning I gave you was not fear-based. It was love-based. I do not desire to take anything from you. I desire to see you steward it well. Stewardship is partnership. You are not alone in maintaining this blessing. I am actively guiding you. When you feel unsure, pause and seek clarity. I will respond with peace or conviction. Continue to refine your daily habits. Small improvements accumulate into significant results. Do not underestimate the power of consistency. Consistency multiplies impact. If comparison tries to creep in again, reject it firmly. Comparison distorts gratitude. Gratitude keeps your heart aligned. This season is safe. 48 minutes left. This is your final chance to unlock a huge amount of money. God says, do not skip this. Listen to God now before it's too late. You feel the urgency in these words because I am calling you into a moment that will not repeat itself in the same way again. Do not scroll past this because what you are about to hear carries the weight of a breakthrough that has your name written on it. If you are ready to receive what I am releasing, then write Amen in the comments as a sign that your heart is open. I am not speaking about empty hope, but about a window of obedience and faith that will shift your financial story in ways you have prayed for in silence. There are 48 minutes left in this spiritual hour because I am awakening you to the reality that delay has cost you before. I am not bound by clocks, yet I use moments like this to shake you out of hesitation and fear. This is your final chance in this season to act on what I have already told you to do about your finances, your ideas, and your discipline. If you ignore this stirring again, you risk missing the flow of provision that I am ready to release. You have asked me for increase, and I have heard every whisper that rose from your tired heart. I know the pressure you feel when bills stack up and when opportunities seem to pass you by. I know the embarrassment you carry when you compare yourself to others who appear ahead. I am telling you that this is not about luck or chance, but about alignment with my instruction in this very hour, within these minutes. I am asking you to stop doubting the plan I placed in your spirit. There is a decision you have been postponing because you are afraid to step forward. There is an idea you keep pushing aside because you fear failure more than you desire freedom. If this word is stirring your spirit, press like on this video as an act of agreement that you will not let fear rule you anymore. I am not dangling money before you like a temptation. I am revealing that wealth is often locked behind obedience and courage. The huge amount of money you seek is not only currency, but stability, peace, and the ability to bless others without panic. I am positioning you to unlock it by changing how you think and how you move. The reason I say do not skip this is because your habit of distraction has delayed you before. You have sometimes chosen comfort over growth and silence over action. I am interrupting that pattern right now. I am speaking clearly, so you cannot say you did not hear me. Listen to me now before it is too late does not mean I will abandon you, but it means this opportunity will pass into another season. I work in times and seasons, and some doors are only open for a while. You are standing at one of those doors. Your willingness to trust me will determine whether you walk through it. The huge amount of money connected to your life is tied to responsibility. I will not release increase into hands that still believe they are small and incapable. I need you to see yourself as chosen and equipped. I need you to believe that I would not awaken you like this if I did not intend to carry you through. You have been praying for a miracle. But miracles often begin with a simple step of faith. It may be organizing your finances instead of ignoring them. It may be applying for something you feel unqualified for. It may be forgiving someone who blocked your progress so that your heart can be light again. I am removing the lie that you are behind forever. I am breaking the fear that whispers you missed your chance. These 48 minutes symbolize a decision point where you choose courage over comfort. When you move with me, doors that seemed locked will respond to your obedience. The wealth I speak of is not only for your comfort, but for your calling. I have placed generosity inside you. I have given you dreams that require resources. I know the plans I have for you include overflow, not barely surviving. But I will not force your hand. I am inviting you into partnership. I am asking you to trust my voice more than the noise around you. Write 777 inches the comments if you choose to believe that I am guiding your steps toward increase. You are not hearing this by accident. I have drawn your attention here because your spirit was ready. I have watched you struggle and refuse to give up completely. Even when you felt tired, you still looked toward me for help. That is why I am saying this is your final chance in this cycle. Not because I delight in pressure, but because I know you respond when you understand the weight of a moment. I am compressing time to awaken seriousness inside you. I want you alert, focused, and ready. Money has been a source of stress for you, and sometimes even shame. You have questioned whether you are capable of handling abundance. I am reshaping that belief right now. I created you with the ability to manage, multiply, and steward well. I am also warning you not to chase quick shortcuts that pull you away from integrity. The huge amount of money I have for you will not require you to compromise your values. It will require discipline, consistency, and trust. I am building your character alongside your capacity. As the minutes count down in your mind, let them represent urgency to obey, not panic. I am not trying to scare you, but to awaken you. There is a difference between fear and reverence. I want you to respond with faith, not anxiety. You are not alone in this. I walk with you into every decision. I steady your hands when they tremble. I clear paths you cannot see yet. Do not skip this inner nudge again. Do not silence my whisper with excuses. The breakthrough you desire is closer than you think, but it requires your yes in this moment. Could your brain be the reason you're still broke? Scientists just confirmed a 9-word sentence hidden deep in your subconscious may be blocking money from your life, but now you can reverse it. Say these 9 words, and wealth starts to follow you, starting today. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. 48 minutes is enough time to decide that you will trust me. It is enough time to release doubt and pick up obedience. It is enough time to believe that I am able to unlock what has seemed sealed. I am calling you favored because you are. I am calling you chosen because you are. I am calling you into increase because I have prepared you for it. You must understand that when I speak of unlocking a huge amount of money, I am speaking about alignment before acquisition. Many people chase wealth without wisdom and end up enslaved by what they desired. I am shaping you differently. I am teaching you to value discipline, patience, and integrity, so that when abundance comes, it will not destroy you, but establish you. The 48 minutes represent the narrow space between hearing my voice and obeying it. That space is where most blessings are lost. You hear inspiration, but you hesitate. You feel conviction, but you stall. I am asking you to shorten the distance between my instruction and your action. You have felt an idea rising in you repeatedly. It comes back when you are quiet. It surfaces when you are praying. It returns when you see others succeed in areas you secretly know you could step into. That idea is not random, and it is not foolish. It is part of the key I am placing in your hand. Money will not come simply because you desire it. It will come because you are willing to develop what I planted inside you. I have already given you skills, experiences, and insights that others need. I have allowed certain struggles in your life to teach you lessons that carry value. What you thought was just pain was also preparation. There are habits I am asking you to release immediately. Wasting time has cost you more than you realize. Comparing yourself to others has drained energy you needed for your own progress. Doubting your capacity has slowed your steps when I was ready to accelerate you. You think you are waiting on me, but in truth, I have been waiting on you. I have been waiting for you to believe that I would not speak increase over your life if I did not intend to back it with my power. I do not tease my children with promises I do not plan to fulfill. I call you into responsibility because I see your potential clearly. The huge amount of money you are praying for is tied to focus. You cannot continue scattering your attention and expect concentrated results. I need your mind disciplined and your schedule intentional. When you honor the time I give you, you position yourself for multiplication. There are connections I am arranging that you cannot yet see. There are conversations that will open doors you thought were sealed. There are opportunities moving quietly in the background, but you must be prepared when they arrive. Preparation is proof of belief. When you prepare, you show that you trust me. When you organize your finances, improve your skills, and clean up your habits, you declare that you expect increase. If you believe this shift is real, write 555 inches, just the comments, as a sign that you are stepping into readiness. You have survived seasons that could have broken you. You endured lack without losing your faith completely. You wrestled with fear and still kept praying. That resilience is not unnoticed. I have been strengthening you so that when wealth enters your hands, you will not crumble under pressure. I am also protecting you from shortcuts that look profitable but carry hidden traps. Some offers will seem attractive but will compromise your peace. Some paths will promise quick returns but lead to long regret. Listen closely to my whisper when decisions appear. The final chance I spoke of is not about punishment, but about maturity. I am inviting you to grow beyond old cycles. I am calling you to stop repeating financial mistakes. I am urging you to face uncomfortable truths about spending, saving, and planning. You are not destined to struggle forever. I did not design you to live under constant anxiety. I created you with creativity, intelligence, and strength. The resources you need are closer than you think, but they respond to courage. Courage is not loud confidence. It is quiet obedience when fear tries to shout. It is applying even when rejection is possible. It is investing time in growth when results are not immediate. I am reminding you that wealth in my hands is a tool, not a master. I want you free, not obsessed. I want you generous, not greedy. I want you stable, not stressed. The urgency you feel is holy pressure pushing you toward destiny. It is the same pressure that turns coal into something valuable. It is the push that moves you from dreaming to doing. Do not resist it this time. You have asked me for evidence that I am with you. This stirring in your spirit is part of that evidence. The conviction you feel right now is my hand guiding you. The clarity forming in your thoughts is my light breaking through confusion. The 48 minutes also symbolize the shrinking space between where you are and where you are meant to be. Each act of obedience shortens that distance. Each disciplined choice builds momentum. Each moment of trust into transformation. I am not asking for perfection. I am asking for willingness. I am not demanding that you know every step. I am asking that you take the next one I reveal. There will be moments when doubt returns. When it does, remember this urgency. Remember that I called you specifically. Remember that I declared increase over your life. Not as a possibility, but as a promise connected to obedience. Your story is not one of constant lack. It is one of preparation before overflow. It is one of testing before testimony. It is one of refining before release. You are favored. And favor does not mean ease. Favor means I place my hand on your life with intention. It means I guide you through challenges to position you for greater impact. It means I open doors that align with my purpose for you. The huge amount of money you will unlock is not only for personal comfort, it will allow you to support family without strain. It will enable generosity without fear. It will give you freedom to pursue what I have placed in your heart. Why did 19,000,058 three people suddenly become financially free last month? They all discovered a strange sentence, just 9 words long, buried in neuroscience research and once hidden by the FBI. Now they're paying off debt, traveling the world, and living in homes they never thought they could afford. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. But first, you must treat this moment as sacred. You must honor the urgency instead of dismissing it. You must respond instead of postponing. I am with you as you take the next step. I am strengthening your resolve. I am quieting the voice that says you are not ready. You are ready because I am ready to walk with you. You are capable because I created you capable. You are chosen because I decided you were worth investing in long before you believed it. Do not let this window close without movement. Do not return to old patterns after feeling this conviction. Let this be the turning point. You remember when you look back and see how everything changed. You are still here because something inside you knows this is not ordinary encouragement. I am pressing deeper now because the unlocking of this huge amount of money is tied to a shift in how you see yourself. For too long you have viewed yourself through the lens of past mistakes and temporary failures. I see you through the lens of purpose, growth, and untapped capacity. When I said there were 48 minutes left, I was marking a spiritual turning point. I was highlighting the small window between conviction and change. Many hear my voice and feel inspired, but few allow that inspiration to transform their habits. I am calling you to be different in this hour. You have underestimated what is already in your hands. You have overlooked the skills you developed through struggle. You have ignored the lessons that hardship taught you. What you survived has equipped you with insight that carries value in places you have not yet entered. The wealth connected to your life is not random. It is linked to solutions that only you can offer in the way you offer them. There is a problem you understand deeply because you lived through it. There is a need you recognize quickly because you once felt it intensely. That understanding is part of the key I am placing before you. Stop waiting for a dramatic sign while ignoring the quiet direction I have been giving you. I have been nudging you toward learning something new. I have been encouraging you to organize what you already know. I have been whispering that it is time to step forward instead of standing back. You think the final chance means one big event, but often it means one clear decision. It means deciding that you will no longer talk yourself out of opportunity. It means deciding that discipline will become your ally instead of your enemy. It means deciding that your prayers will be matched by action, There is money that flows toward clarity and confidence. When you hesitate constantly, you repel what you desire. When you commit fully, you create space for increase. I am building that commitment inside you right now. You have allowed fear of failure to be louder than faith in my presence. That imbalance has slowed your progress. I am restoring balance. I am reminding you that I am with you in every risk I lead you to take. Some of the wealth you seek has been delayed because I was protecting you from mishandling it. If I had released it earlier, it might have magnified insecurity instead of stability. I wanted you stronger first. I wanted your heart grounded before your hands were filled. The 48 minutes represent urgency to align, not panic to perform. You do not need to rush blindly. You need to move intentionally. You need to choose obedience over overthinking. You have been thinking about taking a step that feels uncomfortable but necessary. It might involve reaching out to someone. It might involve starting something small. It might involve cutting off a habit that drains your resources. That step is part of the unlocking. I am not speaking in riddles to confuse you. I am speaking directly to the part of you that already knows what I am referring to. The thought that keeps returning is not coincidence. The desire that refuses to fade is not foolishness. Write 999 inches the comments. If you are ready to leave old financial patterns behind and embrace the discipline I am calling you into, let that be your declaration that this time you will not retreat. Let it mark the moment you chose. Alignment over comfort. You are not alone in this transformation. I'm strengthening your mind to handle responsibility. I am sharpening your focus so distractions lose power. I am placing wisdom in your decisions when you pause and listen. The huge amount of money you will unlock will not come from chasing everything. It will come from committing to the right thing. It will come from consistency in places where you used to be inconsistent. It will come from faithfulness in small tasks that build toward larger outcomes. Do not despise small beginnings. Do not mock simple progress. What seems small today can expand rapidly when blessed by my hand. I am also reminding you that generosity unlocks channels you cannot see. When you give wisely, even in modest ways, you signal trust. When you hold everything tightly in fear, you restrict flow. I am teaching you balance so that increase does not make you anxious but grateful. The urgency I spoke at the beginning is still active. This is not a temporary emotional rush. It is a sustained call to wakefulness. I want you alert to opportunities that appear in ordinary moments. You may receive an idea while doing something simple. You may notice a need that others overlook. You may sense a connection forming where you once saw none. Pay attention. I am often subtle before I am spectacular. The final chance in this cycle means I am closing one version of you and opening another. The version that procrastinated is fading. The version that believed lack was permanent is dissolving. The version that thought you were unqualified is being replaced by courage. You are not meant to struggle without progress. You are not meant to dream without movement. You are not meant to pray without participation. I am calling you into partnership. I provide direction and you provide obedience. I open doors and you walk through them. I release favor and you steward it wisely. When doubt whispers that you are not capable, answer it with truth. You are capable because I am with you. You are prepared because I have been preparing you in hidden seasons. You are chosen not because you are flawless, but because you are willing. Could a 9-word ritual really be your key to financially freedom? What sounds like fiction is now being confirmed by science. Harvard researchers and FBI documents point to a hidden brain center that, when activated, draws in abundance naturally. This 9-word prayer has helped over 19 000 broke people attract wealth and live a life full of abundance. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. The wealth ahead of you carries responsibility. It will require organization. It will require planning. It will require humility. Humility will keep you grounded when success comes. Gratitude will keep you joyful when growth happens. Integrity will keep you protected when temptation appears. You have asked for breakthrough, and breakthrough requires change. You cannot unlock a new level with old thinking. You cannot handle larger resources with careless habits. I am reshaping your mindset first. I am expanding your vision so you can see beyond survival. I am showing you that stability and abundance are not reserved for other people. You have been faithful through private struggles. That faithfulness has not been wasted. It is becoming the foundation for public blessing. The 48 minutes represent the narrow space where transformation becomes real. Use this time to commit deeply. Use this time to decide that you will no longer sabotage what I am building in your life. I am guiding you step by step. I am not overwhelmed by your doubts. I am not surprised by your fears. I see your potential clearly. I see the impact you can have when financial stress no longer controls your thoughts. I see the freedom you will feel when stability replaces anxiety. The 48 minutes I declared at the beginning are still echoing in your spirit because they represent decision under pressure. Pressure reveals what truly governs you. When urgency rises, you either retreat into fear or rise into faith. I am inviting you to rise. You have been tested in seasons of lack, and those tests were not punishment, they were training. When resources were tight, you learned creativity. When doors were closed, you learned persistence. When others doubted you, you learned to listen for my voice instead of their opinions. Now I am asking you to apply those lessons with intention. The unlocking of this huge amount of money is not accidental. It is the fruit of cultivated discipline. It is the result of obedience practiced consistently. Even when results seem slow, there are distractions around you that look harmless but carry a cost. Hours lost in comparison. Energy drained by negativity. Habits that quietly eat away at your finances. I am calling you to confront them honestly. You cannot pray for overflow while tolerating leakage. You cannot ask for abundance while ignoring mismanagement. I am not condemning you. I am correcting you with love. Correction is a sign that I am invested in your future. The urgency remains because patterns become harder over time. If you do not interrupt them, they become chains. I am giving you this window to break what has been holding you back. I am empowering you to say no to what drains you and yes to what builds you. You may feel resistance inside yourself. One part of you wants change, while another part clings to familiarity. Familiar struggle can feel safer than unfamiliar growth. I am strengthening the part of you that longs for transformation. The life I am leading you toward will require clarity. You must know why you want it. If your only reason is comparison, it will never satisfy you. If your reason is purpose, generosity, and stability, it will become a blessing. You have dreams that require funding. You have responsibilities that need security. You have loved ones you want to support without constant anxiety. Those desires are not selfish when they are anchored in love and integrity. I am also reminding you that timing matters. When I say listen now before it is too late, I am not threatening you. I am showing you that opportunities move. Markets shift. Connections relocate. And energy fades when ignored. There have been moments in your past when you felt a strong push to act, but you dismissed it. Later, You realized it was a missed chance. I do not want you living with that regret again. Write 1212 in the comments if you are choosing to act when I prompt you instead of postponing obedience. Let that become your quiet commitment to move with me this time. Let it mark a new pattern of responsiveness in your life. You are not alone in building this future. I am opening your eyes to resources already around you. I am stirring conversations that will lead to insight. I am guiding you toward knowledge that will expand your capacity. But I will not override your will. You must choose to listen. You must choose to respond. You must choose to step into discomfort when growth requires it. The huge amount of money I speak of is not only a number. It represents freedom from constant stress. It represents the ability to plan beyond the next month. It represents breathing without financial fear, tightening your chest. I know how heavy that fear has felt. I have watched you calculate and recalculate, hoping something would stretch further than it does. I have seen you pretend you were fine, when worry sat quietly inside you. I am not distant from those moments. That is why I'm calling you into responsibility now. Freedom is sweeter when earned through obedience. Stability is stronger when built intentionally. You are capable of more than you think. You have endured situations that demanded resilience. That same resilience can build wealth when directed properly. Stop underestimating your ability to learn. Stop assuming others are naturally better suited for success. I created you with intelligence and adaptability. The 48 minutes were a wake-up call. This continued urgency is a refining fire. It is burning away passivity. It is exposing excuses. Excuses often sound reasonable, but they quietly delay destiny. You say you will start when conditions are perfect. You say you will invest when fear disappears. You say you will apply when confidence feels higher. Confidence often follows action, not the other way around. Courage grows when exercised. Faith strengthens when tested. I am not demanding reckless leaps. I am calling for deliberate steps. A plan written down. A budget reviewed honestly. A skill improved intentionally. The unlocking begins in small disciplines. When you honor small commitments, you prove you can handle larger ones. When you steward modest resources well, you prepare for significant ones. What do brain surgeons and billionaires know that you don't? This 9-word money code, once reserved for elites, is now being shared with everyday people, and the results are mind-boggling. Cash windfalls, clear debt, and lifelong stress gone. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. I am also protecting your heart from greed. The huge amount of money will not define you. It will serve you. Your identity remains rooted in being chosen, loved, and guided by me. If wealth ever begins to replace me in your priorities, it will lose its blessing. Keep me first, and everything else will find its proper place. Keep integrity intact, and your peace will remain steady. You are stepping into a season of growth. Growth stretches you. It challenges old comfort zones. It reveals weaknesses so they can be strengthened. Do not interpret discomfort as failure. Interpret it as expansion. You are expanding your capacity to think strategically. You are expanding your tolerance for responsibility. I am with you in every spreadsheet you review. I am with you in every application you submit. I am with you in every early morning effort to improve yourself. The urgency has not faded because the opportunity has not vanished. It is still present. The door is still open. But doors do not remain open forever. Momentum must be honored while it is strong. Inspiration must be acted upon while it burns. You are closer than you realize. The breakthrough you have imagined is not far away. The huge amount of money you long to unlock is tied to obedience already within reach. Stay attentive, stay disciplined, stay trusting. I am guiding you towards stability. Not chaos. I am leading you into provision. Not panic. This is still your chance. This is still your moment to move differently. You are beginning to understand that this is not a random surge of motivation, but a divine alignment of timing and readiness. I am pressing this urgency deeper into your spirit because the unlocking of this huge amount of money requires a clean break from the version of you that settled for less. I am not condemning who you were, but I am calling you higher than where you have been. Growth demands separation from old mindsets. When I said there were 48 minutes left, I was exposing the cost of hesitation. Every time you delay obedience, you stretch the distance between promise and fulfillment. I am shortening that distance by confronting your indecision directly. You cannot afford to drift through this season casually. The money connected to your life is waiting on structure. You have dreams, but dreams without structure fade. You have ideas, but ideas without action expire. I am leading you into disciplined follow-through so that what I placed in you does not die unused. There is a reason this word feels intense. It is because you are standing at a threshold. On one side is familiarity with struggle. On the other side is responsibility paired with provision. You have feared responsibility because you associate it with pressure. I am reshaping that belief. Responsibility handled with my guidance produces confidence, not collapse. You have more influence over your financial future than you have admitted. Your daily choices matter. Your habits compound over time. I am asking you to examine how you spend not only money, but energy. Where you direct your focus determines what grows. If you invest energy in doubt, doubt multiplies. If you invest energy in discipline, results multiply. The huge amount of money I have spoken about is not unlocked by wishful thinking. It is unlocked by strategic obedience. That means making practical adjustments even when emotions fluctuate. You may feel excitement today and uncertainty tomorrow. Do not let emotion dictate consistency. Let conviction guide you instead. I am strengthening your internal resolve. I am reminding you that your value is not measured by your bank account. Yet your stewardship reflects your maturity. When you mature, increase follows naturally. There are conversations you need to initiate. There are opportunities you need to research. There are risks you need to evaluate instead of avoiding. You have sometimes avoided financial clarity because it forced you to face uncomfortable truths. Avoidance has kept you in cycles longer than necessary. Clarity may feel uncomfortable at first, but it is freeing. If you are ready to face your finances honestly and align them with my direction, write 222 inches the comments as your declaration of readiness. Let that simple act reflect your decision to stop hiding from responsibility. Let it mark a new chapter of transparency and courage. The urgency remains because complacency is subtle. It whispers that you have time. It convinces you that tomorrow will carry the same intensity as today. But momentum fades when neglected. I am teaching you to honor momentum. When conviction is strong, act. When clarity is sharp, amplement. When opportunity appears, respond. You have asked me to bless the work of your hands. I am doing that by guiding your hands more intentionally. I am showing you where to refine your skills. I am revealing where to sharpen your focus. The huge amount of money you desire will not appear disconnected from effort. I work through your diligence. I multiply what you commit. You are not powerless in this process. You are a participant. You are a steward. Stewardship is sacred. It means you treat what you have now with respect. It means you build foundations before expecting skyscrapers. You have sometimes dreamed of instant transformation. Instant results rarely build lasting strength. Gradual growth rooted in discipline builds resilience. I am protecting you from self-sabotage. I am exposing patterns that drain your progress. I am confronting excuses that sound logical but lead nowhere. The final chance in this cycle means I am closing the chapter of passive hoping. You are entering a chapter of active believing. Active belief looks like preparation. It looks like follow-through. You have doubted your ability to manage larger sums because smaller sums felt overwhelming. That overwhelm often came from disorganization, not incapacity. When you bring order to what you have now, confidence increases. Order invites peace. Peace invites clarity. Clarity invites wise decisions. I am not asking you to become someone else. I am asking you to become the disciplined version of who you already are. You carry creativity that can generate income. You carry resilience that can endure setbacks. You carry compassion that can guide you to serve others in meaningful ways. Why is the government desperate to hide this 9-word prayer? A shocking FBI leak has just revealed a simple 9-word prayer, now letting everyday people erase debt and attract unstoppable wealth. Verified by leading scientists and supported by Harvard research, this at-home ritual is turning financial stress into a life of luxury. Dream homes, new cars, luxurious vacations. It's all within reach. But the government could take down this secret any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. Money flows toward value. When you offer value consistently, provision follows. Do not let fear of criticism silence your initiative. Some will misunderstand your ambition. Some will project their own insecurity onto your growth. I am your source, not their approval. Keep your focus aligned with me. Keep your motives anchored in integrity. The 48 minutes were a symbol of immediacy. Immediacy demands attention. Attention demande attention. Intention separates dreamers from builders. You are being shaped into a builder. Builders plan. Builders measure. Builders adjust. You are building a future where financial strain no longer dominates your thoughts. You are constructing stability, one disciplined choice at a time. There will be days when progress feels slow. Do not mistake slow for stagnant. Seeds grow underground before they break through soil. I am nurturing growth you cannot fully see yet. Trust the process, even when visible results lag behind effort. The huge amount of money connected to your life is not an illusion. It is a possibility grounded in obedience. Obedience is not glamorous. It is often quiet and repetitive, yet it carries power. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. I am investing in your development because I see the impact you will have when financial freedom expands your capacity to serve. Stay humble. Stay teachable. Learn from mistakes without drowning in regret. Correct quickly. Adjust wisely. You are still within the window of opportunity. The door remains open. Do not drift back into passivity. Do not let this intensity fade without action. You are chosen for growth, not stagnation. You are called into abundance, not endless scarcity. I am walking with you step by step. I am strengthening your mind for wise decisions. I am steadying your heart against fear. Trust me enough to move. Trust yourself enough to act on what I have already placed inside you. You are still walking with me through this because something inside you recognizes that this is a turning point. I am not repeating myself to fill space. I am reinforcing what must take root. The unlocking of this huge amount of money is not waiting on luck. It is waiting on alignment that becomes consistent. The 48 minutes I spoke of were a wake-up call, but what follows is a building phase. Awakening without building leads to frustration. You have felt inspired before, only to slip back into old rhythms. I am strengthening you so that this time the shift holds. There is a pattern in your life where intensity rises and then fades. You start strong, but distractions creep in. You make plans, but emotions interfere. I am addressing that cycle directly because wealth requires sustained focus. You cannot handle greater resources with scattered attention. Attention is currency. Where you spend it determines what grows. The huge amount of money connected to your future will amplify who you are. If you are disciplined, it will magnify stability. If you are careless, it will magnify chaos. That is why I am refining your habits before releasing increase. You have prayed for breakthrough, but breakthrough often looks like responsibility. It looks like waking earlier. It looks like reviewing numbers instead of avoiding them. It looks like saying no to unnecessary spending when impulse whispers, yes. I am not trying to restrict your joy. I am strengthening your future. Temporary denial can produce long-term freedom. You have carried a quiet fear that if you try fully and fail, it will confirm your worst doubts about yourself. That fear has kept you half committed. Half commitment produces half results. I am inviting you into full commitment, not reckless leaps, but wholehearted effort. When you give yourself fully to what I direct, you remove regret from the equation. There is a difference between failing after trying and failing because you never tried. The first builds character, the second builds regret. I am not promising that every step will succeed instantly. I am promising that obedience will move you forward. Even if progress is gradual, the urgency is still alive because the opportunity is still active. Momentum is present. Energy is available. Clarity is sharper than it has been in months. Do not waste clarity. When you see clearly, act decisively. You have been given insight into where you need to improve. You know the areas where discipline has been weak. You know the habits that quietly drain you. Facing those truths requires humility. Humility is not weakness. It is strength under control. If you are choosing humility over pride and discipline over delay, write 1515 inches in the comments as your declaration. Let it be a sign that you are ready to grow beyond your past limits. Let it mark your willingness to be shaped for something greater. The huge amount of money you will unlock will require wisdom. Wisdom grows from experience, reflection, and correction. I am guiding you through all three. Experience teaches you what works and what does not. Reflection helps you extract lessons instead of repeating mistakes. Correction realigns you when you drift. Do not resent correction. It is protection disguised as discomfort. There are people around you who may not understand your shift. When you begin saying no to certain expenses, they may question you. When you begin investing time differently, they may feel distant. Not everyone will walk with you into this next level. That is not rejection. It is realignment. You are moving towards stability. Stability sometimes requires boundaries. The wealth ahead of you is not meant to inflate your ego. It is meant to expand your impact. It will allow you to support causes close to your heart. It will give you room to breathe and think long-term. I am shaping you to think beyond survival. Survival thinking focuses only on immediate relief. Abundance thinking plans for sustainability. Sustainability is built on systems. Systems are built on consistency. You do not need to reinvent yourself overnight. You need to adjust daily. Daily adjustments accumulate into transformation. You are not too late. You are not too behind. Is it possible to attract money by simply speaking some miraculous words? This 9-word script, verified by Harvard and 6 neuroscience labs, proves you absolutely can. People are using it from their couch and reporting unexpected bank deposits, cleared debts, and upgraded lives. It takes less than 30 seconds, but this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. Time lost does not cancel destiny when you choose alignment now. The 48 minutes urgency, but they also symbolized opportunity compressed into focus. You are still within that focus. The door has not closed. It is waiting for decisive action. I am reminding you that I am your source. Jobs can shift, markets can fluctuate, circumstances can change. My provision flows through channels, but it does not depend on them. When you align with me, I can redirect streams of income in ways you did not expect. But redirection requires readiness. If I place opportunity before you and you hesitate out of fear, you delay what I intended. Fear shrinks possibilities. Faith expands them. Faith does not mean ignoring risks. It means evaluating them with courage instead of panic. You are capable of strategic thinking. You are capable of long-term planning. I created you with a mind that can learn and adapt. Do not insult your design by assuming you are incapable. The huge amount of money tied to your life is connected to value you can provide. Focus on increasing value, and provision will follow. Value grows when you refine your skills. It grows when you listen to feedback. It grows when you serve with excellence. Excellence does not require perfection. It requires effort with integrity. You have sometimes settled for good enough because you feared aiming higher would expose you. Exposure is not always humiliation. It can be elevation. When you step into new spaces, you stretch. Stretching feels uncomfortable, but it expands capacity. I am expanding your capacity to think, to manage, to lead. Leadership may become part of your journey. Wealth often places you in positions of influence. Influence must be anchored in humility. Stay grounded in gratitude. Remember where you came from. Remember the seasons of lack. Let them keep you compassionate. The urgency is still echoing because I want this to become a defining moment, not a passing emotion. Defining moments are marked by decisions that stick. Stick with your plan, even when motivation dips. Stick with discipline, even when results are slow. Stick with faith, even when doubts whisper. I am not distant from your effort. I see every attempt to improve. I notice every small step toward order. Nothing done in obedience is wasted. You are building something solid. You are laying bricks of consistency, brick by brick. Stability forms, step by step. Provision grows. The huge amount of money you will unlock is not a fantasy. It is the natural outcome of aligned effort, blessed by my hand. Continue forward with focus. Continue refining your habits. Continue listening closely when I prompt you. This is not the end of the urgency. It is the continuation of responsibility. You are capable, you are guided, you are protected. Trust the process I am leading you through. When I spoke of 48 minutes left, I was revealing how quickly windows can narrow when ignored. You have lived through seasons where you sensed opportunity, hesitated, and later watched it pass. I am not reopening the past to shame you. I am awakening you so that you do not repeat it. You have matured more than you realize. The version of you that once avoided responsibility is no longer the only version present. Growth has taken place quietly. Pain has taught you discipline. Disappointment has deepened your awareness. Now I am asking you to step fully into that maturity. This is no longer a season for partial effort. It is a season for focused intention. The huge amount of money connected to your life is not random favor. It is the harvest of seeds you are planting right now. Seeds of discipline, seeds of consistency, seeds of faith. You cannot expect harvest where nothing is planted. You cannot expect multiplication where nothing is managed. You have sometimes believed that financial breakthrough required extraordinary talent. In truth, it often requires extraordinary consistency. Consistency is not glamorous, but it is powerful. Small, repeated actions shape outcomes more than occasional bursts of effort. I am training you to value the daily routine that feels ordinary. The urgency I declared was meant to disrupt complacency. Complacency is subtle. It tells you that you are doing enough when you are capable of more. I see your potential clearly. I see the capacity inside you that has not yet been fully exercised. If you are ready to exercise your full capacity and refuse to shrink back into comfort, write 1,717 inches the comments as your declaration of boldness. Let it represent your commitment to growth beyond your fears. Let it signal that you are choosing expansion. You are not chasing money for vanity. You are seeking stability. You are seeking freedom from constant pressure. There is nothing wrong with desiring relief from financial strain. There is nothing wrong with wanting to provide confidently. The issue is not desire. The issue is discipline. Discipline transforms desire into results. You have prayed for increase. I am answering by strengthening your habits. Habits determine direction more than wishes. Look honestly at how you manage what you have. Are you attentive or distracted? Are you intentional or reactive? This is not about perfection. It is about progress. Progress requires awareness. Awareness requires honesty. Honesty sometimes stings, but it frees. I am freeing you from illusions that have kept you stagnant. I am exposing patterns that quietly limit you. You are not limited by lack of opportunity as much as you are limited by inconsistent follow-through. When you commit, commit fully. When you plan, execute. When you fail, adjust quickly instead of quitting. The huge amount of money I have spoken of will amplify your habits. Strengthen them now while the stakes feel smaller. You have more control than you think. You control how you spend time. You control what you focus on. You control how you respond to setbacks. You do not control every external outcome, but you control your effort. Effort aligned with my guidance produces growth. I am not calling you into frantic striving. I am calling you into steady diligence. Frantic energy burns out quickly. Steady diligence builds momentum. Momentum compounds quietly until results become visible. Do not be discouraged if change feels slow at first. Slow refinement builds lasting structure. You are building structure now. Structure in your schedule. Structure in your finances. Structure in your priorities. Structure creates stability. Stability attracts opportunity. Opportunity handled wisely produces increase. This is not complicated, but it requires commitment. The 48 minutes symbolized urgency, but they also symbolized focus. When time feels limited, you eliminate distractions. Eliminate what does not serve your growth. What if everything you've been taught about money is a lie? A hidden 9-word prayer buried in a classified FBI report is now helping thousands attract wealth without lifting a finger. Scientists say it activates a 150 million year old part of the brain that controls abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, and life-changing. But the government could remove this secret at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it is deleted forever. Reduce what drains you. Increase what strengthens you. You have tolerated distractions because they seemed harmless. Harmless distractions can accumulate into lost time, and lost time rarely returns. Honor your time as a sacred resource. You ask for money, but time is even more valuable. Money can be earned again. Time cannot be reclaimed. When you steward time wisely, money often follows. The huge amount of money waiting to be unlocked is connected to how seriously you treat what you already have now. Treat small tasks with excellence. Treat small opportunities with respect. Treat small responsibilities as training. I am preparing you for larger arenas. Larger arenas require composure. Composure grows from discipline. Discipline grows through repeated choices. Repeated choices shape identity. You are becoming someone who can manage abundance without losing humility. Humility keeps you grounded when success grows. Gratitude keeps you peaceful when income increases. Integrity keeps you protected when temptation appears. You do not need to become someone else. You need to become consistent. Consistency builds trust. Trust builds reputation. Reputation attracts opportunity. Opportunity creates income. Income multiplied wisely becomes stability. Stability opens freedom. Freedom allows generosity. Generosity multiplies impact. Impact fulfills purpose. Purpose brings satisfaction deeper than money. I am not leading you toward wealth alone. I am leading you toward balanced abundance. Balanced abundance means financial strength without spiritual emptiness. Keep me at the center. Do not let numbers replace faith. Do not let success replace humility. You are not alone in this journey. I am strengthening your resolve when fatigue appears. I am reminding you of your calling when doubt rises. I am steadying your focus when distractions compete. The urgency has not faded because the opportunity has not vanished. You are still within the window. The door remains open. But doors require movement. Stand still too long, and momentum weakens. Move with confidence. Even if the steps feel small, small forward movement is still progress. You are closer than you realize. The huge amount of money you will unlock is not only financial, it is emotional relief. It is mental peace. It is the ability to plan without fear, tightening your chest. It is the ability to give without calculating loss. You deserve stability, but stability must be built. I am building with you. Stay disciplined, stay attentive, stay aligned. This moment is still active. This opportunity is still real. You have come this far because something inside you refuses to return to who you used to be. I am not speaking to the version of you that once settled for survival. I am speaking to the version of you that is ready to build, ready to manage, ready to unlock what has been waiting behind discipline and faith. The huge amount of money I spoke of is still connected to your obedience in this very season. The 48 minutes were never about panic. They were about clarity under pressure. When time feels limited, excuses lose their power. When urgency rises, truth becomes sharper. The truth is that you carry more potential than your current results reflect. Your current financial position does not define your capacity. It reflects habits, timing, and decisions that can be adjusted. Adjustment is not failure, it is wisdom. You have learned from seasons of lack. You have learned what it feels like to worry quietly at night. You have learned what it feels like to stretch what you have until it almost breaks. Those lessons were not wasted. They trained you to value stability. Now, I am asking you to build it intentionally. The huge amount of money you desire will not appear out of thin air. It will come through doors I open, and through effort you sustain. Sustained effort separates real transformation from temporary excitement. Temporary excitement fades when results are not instant. Sustained effort continues, even when progress feels slow. You are being trained for sustained effort. There are patterns in your life that must be confronted without defensiveness. When you feel resistance to budgeting, that resistance reveals discomfort with structure. When you avoid reviewing numbers, that avoidance reveals fear of facing reality. Fear shrinks when it is exposed. Structure strengthens when it is practiced. You do not need to fear clarity. Clarity empowers change. The urgency I declared was meant to push you beyond hesitation. Hesitation has cost you more than mistakes ever did. Mistakes teach, but hesitation delays. If you are ready to move without overanalyzing every possibility, write 1,919 inches the comments as a sign that you are stepping into decisive action. Let it represent courage over hesitation. Let it mark a break from delay. You are not reckless. You are thoughtful. But sometimes you hide behind overthinking. Overthinking feels responsible, but it can disguise fear. I am not asking you to ignore wisdom. I am asking you to trust me when wisdom has already been given. There are steps you already know you need to take. You know where spending must be reduced. You know where time must be invested. You know which skills need improvement. Knowledge without execution changes nothing. Execution transforms potential into progress. The huge amount of money I spoke of is not only about earning more, it is about handling more. Handling more requires maturity. Maturity is revealed in how you respond to setbacks. When income fluctuates, do you panic or adjust? When plans shift, do you freeze or seek wisdom?